Good morning. So I recently made a decision that this is my year. This is my year. My name's Sutton. I am an inspirational and a motivational speaker, and I like to help people to recover from hopeless scenarios, seemingly hopeless scenarios that do not dictate your life. They have no power over you. You can and will come back from anything if you truly want it. So we have a lot of resources here in the United States, and we have ways. We have a lot of people that have dedicated themselves and their lives. People like me that have dedicated themselves and their lives to the program, to helping people recover. There's stigmas over top of things like social workers and stuff like that they're only out to harm or they're out to take away from you. But in reality, that's not a realistic statistic. The whole stigma around social work is empowerment. We're meant to build people up, to help them to know that they can and will come back from any scenario. I'm living proof, so I was just thinking about that. But I recently made a decision that this is my year. Now, whenever that I make a decision, so I made this decision that I'm going to build my credit up, pay off my debts, do these different things. So since I started on this journey in 2018, it might seem like a slow journey, but I've came a long way. I just utilized whatever resource was in front of me until I got to where I needed to be. So for the first 3 years, I didn't have my own house. I lived in halfway houses. I was blessed with a job that provided housing, different things like that. And I just utilized it. I wasn't the most comfortable. I'm not going to say I was the most comfortable in that scenario, but the results of my life and my lifestyle led me to the situation where I'm not going to be the most comfortable moving forward to climbing my way out of this hole, climbing my way out of my own self-destruction. So I started working on that, and I was able to start paying off my debts. I had some debt collectors and things like that. And I had some electric bills and stuff like that I had let go because I was addicted to drugs and alcohol for my long part of my life. So through that, I developed strength, I developed strength and stamina. Strength and stamina to help me to see, that no matter what it looks like right now, there's something coming greater. There's something greater coming. There's something greater coming. There's something greater coming. So I have to always understand that. So I started out with my education. I had faltered in that area. My education was put on the back burner for my drug addiction, my drug and alcohol addiction. And I was in debt with the student people, and they said I couldn't go to school, So I made a phone call. Well, let me see. What can I do about this education situation? Because really, it's mainly a course of action. Anything that I set my mind to, my predetermination, or what I'm going to do, what my goal is, what I want to achieve, it's just a mindset. So I want to get my education. Okay, here it is. Here's your opportunity. Having you pay $6 for 6 months, and then you can return to your education. Okay, that's helpful, because through education, then there's funding, there's So anyway, so I ran with that. So I started going to school. But then I got to this place where I'm in school, but I don't just want to be in school because people will tell you things, people that settle for less in their life, and I happen to not be one of those people. Well, all you got to do is just get this, and that's good enough for your education. Well, wait a minute. I'm a poor single mom on welfare. I don't have a lot materialistically, and I need help with this educational funding situation, you know. I'm going to need some scholarships and stuff to get me to where I want to be. So I made a decision that I'm not just going to go to school. I'm going to go to school to the best of my ability. And I followed through with that decision. I started out with a 0.00 grade point average. Today I have a 3.5. That's powerful. And I had to climb my way out of this 0.0 because I had that grade point average where I was unsuccessful with my attempts at education before. So, I started working on that. I'm getting ready to go and transfer to my bachelor's. I graduate with my associates in May. I've already been talking to my transfer college people, and I'm going to start my bachelor's in the fall or the summer, which one will get me there faster, because I want to go straight into my next level of education. Because another part of my story is I didn't start this journey until I was 34, 35 years old. Or 30, I was 31 when I started getting going back to school. Now I'm 35, and I had to go to 2 classes at a time because I was on a SAP appeal. I was on educational probation. So I could only take 2 classes at a time until these past 2 semesters. So then whenever I finally got off my academic probation, I was like, well, I got to catch up, man, because I'm behind, because that decision put me in a place where I had to take 2 classes at a time. So I get all the way, and I'm like, I got to catch up. And so then I took 5 classes last semester. And then now this is my last 3 classes this semester, and then I can move on. But man, I was like, golly, I got it. But God made a way. God made a way. I made a way for myself. Like, you have to have that self-determination. You have to have that self-positivity, that ability to say, hey, I'm going forward no matter what. And when I get to a place where I can excel farther, I'm going to take it. So here's my opportunity, come right here. I'm going to take that opportunity and I'm going to go with it. So, and then just continue to persevere. But the point behind the story is that then I get in a place where I'm sleeping in these houses, and I'm sleeping in these housing situations, and I'm still paying all my bills, and I'm doing all this stuff, and I seemingly look like everybody else around me, but not realistically. Internally, on the inside my mind, what's my plan of action? What direction am I going? Right? I'm in a constant state of survival, success, and perseverance inside of my mind. Where am I going? How am I going to get there? I cannot be stopped. So, I'm paying off my debts and this and this and this and this, and I got a really good feeling. So then you can take the atmosphere around you, because you're always going to be in an atmosphere. You're going to look at these people, okay? Because we're put in places, and we're put in positions where we have people, okay? And some people are there to lead you. Some people are there to be led by you. Some people are just passing through. And that's fine. And that's in any environment. If you ever worked anywhere or stuff like that, you got a few people that the old time, they've been there for years and years and years and years, and the ones that I want to be like her. You might have a friend that works in a waitress business, and she says, I got this friend, and she's been waiting tables for years and years and years, and she got all this money, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I want to be, I want to be like her, because my profession, I chose the profession of waitressing. And she's good with waitressing. She makes good money at waitressing. I chose to use my mind. I chose to use computers. I chose to use my education. I chose this path. She chose the path of waitressing. And similar to me, started out with nothing. I don't have the family backing. I don't have the stuff. Actually, in reality, people these days expect a handout. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be surrounded by people who want something from me but don't ever really want to materialistically give me anything back. Um, and then you got to get down to morals and values and different things like that. And yes, I'm willing to help these people because they've helped me with my children. So I'm gonna naturally have the internal drive to restore the safety and the protection of my children. Of course I'm gonna have that. So we're going through this path of life, and then there's a point in time where I step back and I'm like, well, whoa. This is 4 years in, and I've been dishing out. Hold up. I need to set a boundary, man, with what's with what's holding me back from getting to my goal. Regardless what that looks like, mama, daddy, granny, whatever. If you're holding me back from getting to my goal, because who's going to take care of me? Me. Right? Who's gonna pay heaven? Heaven's gonna pay heaven's bills. Who's gonna build heaven's future? Heaven is gonna build heaven's future, right? And just to understand that, so there's where I messed up. Dang, there's where I messed up. My mistake was being given too abundantly out of guilt. Man, that held me back again. That's okay though, because I didn't stop my journey. I didn't stop where I'm going. I didn't stop what I'm doing. I didn't stop working towards what I want to be. I didn't stop persevering through where I'm trying to get to. You know, I just got a little smarter right there. Every time something's held me back, I'm a female. I'm a young single mother. Could I fall for the delusion of a man in a position in the work field? Oh, that's what held me back. Wait a minute. No, it didn't hold me back. I got a little smarter. Because it's all about learning, man. Our journey in our life is all about learning. But I gotta realize things and bring them to the surface so that I can have the ability to move on beyond that. Okay, that happened. You got me right there. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, ain't gonna happen again. Move forward. Self-determination, self-motivation, perseverance. Persevere through any obstacle you may have ever encountered in your life. And understand, be realistic with yourself. Are these people here to help me? Are they here to harm me? They don't give a crap whether I live, die, whatever. If it was like that then, it's probably like that now. What's your position in my life? Are you necessary in my life? That's where we go. So, paying off this debt, So right now my credit score is just kind of hanging. It's just hanging right there, and it's about to shoot up. I need credit. Oh, because they put these people in my path. The ones that might have something I want. Well, hey, dog. Hey, man. What are you doing? How did you get to where you are? I built my credit up. Heaven, throw me a little something. You know, I don't know where y'all been in life, but throw me a little something. I built my credit up. Okay. So I'm going to try to build my credit. Here, you need this app. Put this app on your phone. So I start getting on this app, messing with this app. I noticed, oh God, I got this debt. I didn't even know I had this debt. Medical. Okay. So I start paying off my debt, crawling out of that hole. Well, in order to build your credit up, you got to invest in yourself. You got to so I invested in a credit card for me. Here's $400 because I'm not to a place where you can give me credit, but here's my money to invest in myself because I believe in myself enough that I'm going to be able to climb my way out of this hole, and I'm going to be able to climb my way out of your unbelief in me, the bank's unbelief in me. Okay, got it. So I went through that process, and I'm right here. It's working. You know, I set a goal. We set small, obtainable goals, and we persevere through those goals. So next is I want to be a house owner, you know. I deal with this other situation where I say if you would do a statistic measure of somebody's likelihood to survive, transition, and change, I would be way down here. Because of my background and what I come from. I come from a lot of narcissistic abuse. I come from a lot of trauma. I come from just poverty, people who don't necessarily want to see me make it, transition, and change. And I'm sitting in this place of self-determination like I can and I will. I needed to get my kids back. I have my son. I work with my son. I have a son who has some behavioral issues, and that's just realistic. He's probably my mini-me. He's been through a lot, and I deal with that as it comes. Am I going to let this, stop me? Am I going to lay around and, oh, his dad don't care, nobody's going to help, and they just throw him in my lap? No, thank you. Because I happen to come armed with some facts that's going to be able to help him to get from where he's at to where he's going, and we're both going to be just fine. So I have to let my decisions be my decisions and his decisions be his decisions, and I have to just trust I have to just trust in God's plan. In God's plan at the end of the day, because I'm a firm believer in God, or I wouldn't be here today. I can imagine if there wasn't some sort of guardian angel or some sort of divine protection or some sort of Jesus in my life whenever I was out there making those choices to walk the streets and participate in human trafficking, the realest of the real, some sort of divine protection. God knew he had a plan for me, or I wouldn't be sitting here today, because I didn't care about life then. My only determination was to just, die, realistically, disappear. Because I thought that was the only answer to all my problems. I thought that was the only answer to all my abuse. I thought that was the only answer to all my trauma, was to disappear and die. Even if I wasn't realistically gone, I was metaphorically. But here I am. God brought me back. And I know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I'm going to continue to lead and give these motivational scenarios and talk to people and to implement choice, chance, and change. Take every single opportunity that's placed in front of you. I was sitting there the other day and in my place of employment, I work with people in recovery. And my place of employment, and I'm looking at these, and the one thing they lack is patience. I'm looking at these women, and the one thing you lack is patience. You're impatient. You don't want to give yourself a chance to truly reap the benefits of the resources that have been placed in your path. So I don't want to give myself a chance to grow, develop, and change when I've been placed in this position where here's your food, here's your clothes, here's your housing, here's this. But I'm in a hurry to get somewhere else. Why? Life's hard enough. Let me take advantage of this resource. So patience, self-determination, and perseverance is going to get you from where you're at to where you need to be. So I just I thank you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope somebody heard something that's going to help them today. I'm going to post a few more shorts, see if I can't get some people to watch some of these videos. I believe that I have a chance to help people. I believe that somebody's going to hear me and be like, well, dang, human trafficking and homelessness and everything, and I didn't have anything or anyone, and now I have a home, I live in government housing with my son, but guess what? That didn't make a daggum bit of difference. I still pay $600 a month in government housing. Like, that's, you gotta be ready for things like this. So do I have the ability to be humble enough to utilize the resources put in front of me? I'm in a situation right now where I'm just trying to push through. Like, God, I don't know. Just hold on, heaven. Just hold on just 1 second, because I got a plan with this. You know, it might not look real good right now, but if you just trust in me and you just sit still for just 1 more minute, look at all we done been through. And that's my Jesus. Look at all we done been through. That's my Jesus. And I just need you to be here for just a minute. I just need you to make this drive to work for just a minute. I just need you to just do this for me for just a minute. And I'm always like, well, come on, God. I'll try it. You know, I'm determined to make every single effort to try. So I don't know. I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful for every opportunity that's placed in front of me, you know, and there's no obstacle that cannot be overcome. There's no obstacle that is too big for me to persevere through and change, you know. I know a lot of people that's dealing with drug addiction, man, the stigma of drug addiction and the reputation around drug addiction, because that's the field I chose to go into, drug addiction and mental health, you know, and I deal with this on a daily basis. And I'm like, well, look, man, you have to listen, one, and you have to take suggestions, two. So listen to what people tell you, because at this point in your life, and it's hard to hear whenever somebody looks at you and says, at this point in your life, you're not mentally capable to make your own decisions. Well, damn. It's hard to hear, but if somebody's telling you something, so we be real discerning. I've always prayed for the gift of discernment, so do I be real discerning and say, okay, does this person have something I want? Does this person, not that I want to take it from them, but does this person have something inside of them that I can add to what I'm doing, that I can add to what I already got going on? Do they have some sort of advice that's going to help me be more like the person I want to be? Do I see a little bit of the person I want to be inside of this person? That's a powerful question. There's my question. So then I'm like, okay, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do have a little bit of something that I think that I want to be, where I'm going. So I ask them for a little piece of advice, or I just watch the way they move. I just watch the way they move, and I learn to move like that, right? There's a book in Matthew. I can't remember what the numbers are, but it says, I send you out as sheep among wolves. Therefore be as sly as a serpent and as gentle as a dove, right? If somebody smacks you on one cheek, you turn it and you let them smack the other, stuff like that. Just be real calm and patient. Don't take away from the reality of every scenario in your path and in your life. Don't take away from the reality of it, because if people think they're just, you know, playing you like a fool, or that they got something over on you, then they're going to run with that. That's their natural human instinct. We're like predators in the wild, right? They're going to run with your weakness. But here is the thing. When they start to see that you're overcoming their delusional reality, their flaws, let's just say flaws, because we don't want to put nobody down, but I'm starting to see that they don't mean me good, that they mean me harm, and sometimes that takes a long time for people like us to see, you know, or people like me to see, that whenever I step back and say, wait a minute, you know, we're dealing with the ugliest human emotion, jealousy. Man. Well, that's okay, because if I've got you to a place where you're jealous of me, or I've got you to a place where you're uncomfortable in my presence, then I'm doing something right, man. I'm doing it. I'm making it. My goals are coming. I'm overachieving. I'm achieving what I want to achieve. People are looking at me different. I'm no longer the little person on the totem pole. I'm no longer the weakest link in the room. I'm no longer what you thought I was. Wait, you thought I wasn't listening. You thought I wasn't focused. You thought I wasn't. No. Matter of fact, quite the opposite. I just wasn't talking. How can I do a lot of talking and working at the same time? I'm really busy trying to get to where I need to be, man. I'm trying to get to where I need to be. How can I do a lot of talking and a lot of working at the same time? Because everything I'm doing ain't meant to be heard by everybody else. And then I had to get to this place where I broke that cycle. I was like, heaven, now you're to a place, because this is 4 years later, I'm to a place where, okay, now you need to speak out. You need to speak out. You need to let people know what God's done for you. You need to let people know what you've been through. You need to let people know how you got here. You need to let people know where you're going. You know, you need to be an example and let people see the way that this works. Okay, God. But I got trust issues. But that's okay. That's okay. Continue to use the gifts that were instilled in you in the past. Then step over to your prayer and meditation. Ask for the whisper of the Spirit. And as you receive the whisper of the Spirit, move forward. Move forward in whatever direction He would like for you to move forward. You know, if He wants you to speak out, talk to people, help people. There's somebody out there that I can't see, don't know. And when this video reaches you, it's going to be exactly the right time and exactly the right place, and you're going to get exactly what you need. Because why? Because God was watching over this whole situation. God was handling this whole stuff. So I don't know. Do I have the ability to sit in my apartment and to carry this message and to trust in His truth and be like, well, God, this don't look right. This don't even seem like it's going to work. But it is. But it is going to work. Because my higher power already told me it's going to work. My higher power already told me where I need to be. My higher power already told me. You know. So. I'm just grateful for a truth this morning. I'm grateful for a word. I'm grateful for a message. I'm grateful for anybody that gets the chance to watch. Somebody told me one time you got to get up early. Heaven. If you want it, you got to get up early. And I'm always seem to be up early, and I'm always trying to get something done. But it's so hard whenever you're moving forward and sitting still at the same time. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about when God has you sitting still and moving forward at the same time. So I've never stopped moving towards my goal. I've never stopped moving towards what I want to do. I've never stopped moving forward in any way. But I'm sitting still at the same time, knowing good and well I'm not where I'm going. Knowing good and well I'm not where I'm going. But it ain't time. It ain't time to go there yet. So here I am. And just trusting, so just that I can keep the faith through, I got to be able to keep my faith, man. I got to be able to keep my truth through His movement, through our movement. So, I don't know. I get so excited too because I know. I get so excited because I know that there's something coming, something greater for me coming. And if there's something greater for me, there's something greater for you too, because there's nothing in life we could have done that can't be overcome. There's no sin too great for His grace. In the name of Jesus. There's no sin too great for his grace. So I'm just trusting in that. Just trusting in that. So I just want to thank everybody, and I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go, and I hope everybody has an amazing day. I hope everybody stays lit, stays motivated. I hope everybody sees their choice, chances, and change. I hope everybody knows that you've been ordained and called, for transition and change to help other people. There's a gift inside of you that only you have. There's an ability inside of you that only you have. There's a person out there in the world that only you can help and change and transition, that they don't have to be in that place where they're at, that hopeless place. They think that nobody cares, and it's your gift and it's your ability and it's your talent. And then you got to understand that point in time whenever you step back and you understand that everybody ain't gonna see your gift, man. Everybody ain't gonna see what you see. Everybody ain't going to know what you know because God gave it to you. That's your blessing. That's your ability. That's your talent. I just pray that everybody knows, Lord. I just pray that everybody knows. So